we're we're kind of reaching the the end of our life, I think. Aren't we about to run out of food? Okay, see you later. In no time at all, we fall into a routine where I go out to work and Nina holds up in the workshop. How do you even have food? Looks good. But we always eat together. Good night, Nina. Go to work, eat, sleep. Just the same day repeated over and over. Uh-oh, that reminds me of other part of the game. That was both the first and last time we played in the snow together. I'll find it today. Before I knew it, we've collected the 15 101 batteries we need. Although, only 2 of them are any good. Yep. Our meals were initially reduced from 3 a day to 2 and have now finally dwindled to 1 per day. Our last meal was just out of this world. Good night, Nina. See you tomorrow. The moment we fall asleep is the most terrifying of all. The thought that we'd never wake up again, that I'd never hear her voice again. Plagued by these fears, I find myself unable to let go of her hand. Oh, it's you, Nina. Just sleep talking, huh? All of my joints are frozen stiff when I wake up. The melted snow and the heat of the lamp is my source of energy for the day. Looks like a snowstorm today. How do you want to spend it? I'm sure we've done it all now. We have. We huddled together under the covers for the time we have, with the time we have to spare. Because it gives us the best chance of seeing us through the next, through to the next day. Yeah, that's not food. That's my arm. What? That's not food either. That's my cheek. But I can't bring myself to put any real effort into stopping her. She really means to gnaw my arm off, so be it. Somewhere in my heart, I must be hoping for a part of my body to enter hers to provide her sustenance for the following day. What? Phrasing. So I can connect with the world, however gross or unsightly my means of doing so. Katai. Actually, that's... It does that on its own, you know? Survival instinct and all. What? 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 Okay, sorry. Huh? Uh-oh. Such a sweet voice. To my surprise, though, it pulls me back to Earth, returning me to my senses. But it's pointless. I've seen so many pointless things. It's game over when we die. There's no point in anything unless it contributes to some kind of future. What is it I'm wishing for, that she's wishing for? What's the best thing for us? Doubts spring forth and entangle themselves in my mind. There's far too little time to find the answer among them. Or far too juvenile? Helpless and freezing with cold. I can only affirm myself, my path, if we first affirm each other. The doubts I have align, then disperse all at once. Just maybe it means the same thing to gain and lose. In which case, I gained everything, then lost it all in that moment, leaving only a small sense of accomplishment within me? That must be what I've lived to this day to fulfill. To simply embrace it and thus to meet my end. The scenery floods into view. I wanted to go somewhere no one's ever been. To see things that no one's ever seen. I'm sorry, I think what just happened there is, And yet, no matter how far I run, there's only the same old scene before me. A snow-swept expanse completely without color, a sky dusted with stars. There's nothing here. I run and run, but I can't escape. Even if I want to move forward, I can't progress a single inch. This is the final frontier, the end of time. My breath finally runs out, and my knees buckle underneath me. I sink down on my hands, and the warmth drains from me. Sooner or later, everything will be drained from me. My body heat, her warmth, all of it. Hurry and get it over with, and wash it all off. Wipe me from this world. No, just get rid of everything. Wipe away the world. Huh? At this moment that an object enters my view. It's a singularity, materialized out of nowhere in this unchanging world. Actually, no, it's been there since the very beginning. Waiting here this entire time, at the end of the universe. As I've been, for the day I get my memories back. For the day I accept the past. Ine! I hear rustling fabric as she hastily throws on her clothes. Come quick, there's something I want to show you. I take her hand and dart out of the cave. This way. I break out into a dash along the footprints still visible in the snow. Ine. Oh, my bad. Return to my senses and let go of her. But if we don't get there soon, the night sky looks as clear as it did earlier. But this feeling is, without a doubt, the calm before the storm. I don't recall where I went or how I got here. There, if those footprints disappear now, then... Ina beams. Almost as if she has a premonition of some sort. Lina and I keep following the tracks, slowly but surely, one step at a time, marching to the ends of the earth. Snow begins to drift down from the sky, like ashes of the dead, gently smothering the world below, and yet we press on. The path is still open to us, there's still a way, so we move forward. Finally we arrive. Lina swallows nervously. An alien object, buried in the earth. The relic of the past that delivered the finishing blow to this dying world. It's a cold sleep machine. Really? After all this? Cryogenic sleep. It keeps an organism in a cryogenic state. It allows you to sleep for years without aging a day. And that's not all. It also makes it possible to travel millennia, no, tens of millennia into the future. That's where I came from, MC. Setsuno. Bingo. It should be around here if I remember correctly. I open what I assume to be a small maintenance hatch. This is probably the power supply. Can you make sense of it, Lina? The two of us peer into the hatch. Just as I thought. This is the power switch. Take a look. I flip the switch, then give the timer a swivel. But then an alarm sounds out of the blue and the power cuts off. My guess is some part of it's broken. But there's still plenty of energy left in it. We should be able to make use of that. Nothing's pointless, that's what Nina said. And she's right. It all fits together. That blueprint even goes so far as to account for the reuse of this battery as an alternate power source. Facing the machine, Nina quietly murmurs a question. This has been a long time coming, it really has. There's many things I'm familiar with while you aren't. I know a bunch of stuff you don't, right? Because I come from the past. Long, long ago, I was myself ensconced? Jesus.
Ensconced.
Right, okay. Okay. And then I waited and waited until the time finally came. The time where I woke up and laid down in the snow, almost about to die, until we crossed paths once more. I came here to this era in search of a time machine. I did things that can never be undone, committed so many misdeeds that I could never repent for them all. So, the wind starts whipping up, the snow begins to cover our tracks, but there's always another way. Please, stay with me for a little longer, Dina. We'll make it work. We'll complete the time machine. It's not over yet. In fact, it's just beginning. How's it going, Dina? Looking good?
セツナが言った通り、使われてる媒体は同じみたい。
The machine Dina's been spending all her time constructing, and the cold sleep machine I'd been contained in are hooked up by a thick cable. A metallic liquid is flowing out from it into Dina's time machine, and white smoke is rising from the ground in spots where the liquid is pulled out from the crevices of the cable. Dina's expression is focused and determined as she's hard at work. I wonder if she believes everything I said about the time machine.
ねえ、セツナはどこから来たの？
The year 1999 AD is still warm then. Hot, in fact, it was summer.
夏？
Yeah, we call it summer. It's blistering hot every day and we get drenched in sweat even just wearing t-shirts. That's why we have shaved ice during summer to cool ourselves down.
暑いのに雪があるの？
Weird, isn't it?
不思議。セツナは最初から最後まで不思議な人。
That's right, I don't belong here. I don't live in the same world or the same time as you.
ねえ、セツナ。
Dina murmurs after detaching the cable. Looks like it's finished charging. The time machine's complete.
セツナはどこに行くの？
There's no doubt in my mind. Today is the reason I came to this era. Today is the reason I embarked on my eternal journey. So I'll be returning. Today I met you. What am I saying? I'm going back to... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm going back to the day we first met. What's happened to me?
セツナ。
Dina gazes up at me with a look of unease. The moment I see those eyes, everything I've been holding back comes spilling out. It's my fault. Everything's gone to hell because I came to this era. No one would have had to suffer if it wasn't for me. Sara, Karim, and Nervan. If they hadn't met me, they wouldn't have had to die. Everyone would be living the full life they were meant to. And even you. You would have been able to keep building the Islander on your own without realizing how many pieces you were missing. And then, when you're grown up, you'd forget about your childhood obsessions and get married. It might be pretty normal, but it'd be a happy life, I'm sure. Then finally, you'd give birth to a child. Stubborn Nervan will soften up, spoiling his little great-grandkids. You'll be smiling, surrounded by your entire family, and realize that what you hold dear has been right beside you all along, but took it all away. I did things that can never be undone. Committed so many misdeeds that I could never repent for them all, but there's still time. I'll go back to the past and kill myself before we meet each other. That's how it was meant to be. I'd collapse and freeze to death in the snow and you'd be back to living a normal life. Erasing everything I've seen and done on the island so it'll never have existed. I'm going back to the past. As opposed to back to the future. That's my mission. And of course, I'll make sure to save you. That's what I have to accomplish. I swear, I'll kill Setsuna. And that's the thing at the start of the game. That's the one thing I need to do, even if it costs me my life.
そんなのやめようよ。だって私幸せだったよ。セツナと会えてすっごく幸せだったんだよ。
It made me really... Uh-oh. typos. You just don't know any better.
だったら幸せなんかいらない。私はセツナと出会うために生まれてきたんだもん。セツナと一緒じゃないと意味ないもん。
Setsuna was your brother anyway. One day you'll be able to love again.
嘘だよ。どうしてそんな嘘を言うの？セツナ。
Because that's how it was for me. Because I used to think nothing of turning the world against me for the one I love. But then I realized for the first time, after turning the world against me and shattering it to pieces, that there in that broken world, I'd once more been brought together with the love I loved, or with the one I loved.
こんなことになるんだったら作らなければよかった。こんなもの作るのやめちゃってればよかった。
But it's thanks to your determination that I can save you. It's thanks to you that I've been able to find what it is I'm supposed to do. No, that's not all. Think about it, Dina. What was your dream? You've told me about it plenty of times. What's been driving you all this time to build the Islander? To save the world? The eyes of someone who understands and accepts everything?
世界を救うため。
Yes, that's right. Your dream was to save the world, wasn't it?
じゃあ最初から全部。
Yeah, our fateful encounter that day has borne fruit. Every word you said was true, that you were born to me,
この日のためだったんだ。
Yeah, that's right, Dina. Everything.
じゃあ仕方ないね。
She wipes away her tears and grins at me.
私たちの出会いを無駄にしないために、私たちの出会いをなかったことにしよう。電圧はバッチリ。コントローラーとの接続も良好。起動完了。タイマーセット。準備 OK だよ、セツナ。
I strap on the watch and turn towards Dina. She's the same as always. Actually, her smile is more dazzling than ever, but some parts of her expression feels forced.
あ、忘れるところだった。これ持って行って。
What's this?
設計図の入った CD。 あの日の私 CD を探して迷子になっちゃったからセツナと出会ったでしょ。でもセツナと出会えなかった私はあのまま遭難しちゃうかも。
Without this, the me who will never know you might end up stranded.
そうならないようにこれを工房に置いてきてあげて。
I take it without saying a word. Something's been tugging at my heart. And Dina, I'll never know. Would she be different from this Dina here? What would happen to this Dina, the one who knows me? She's gonna die.
じゃあ今度こそ準備 OK だね。
This world is dead. Right, what'll happen to the Dina right here, right
ちょっ
now?
とセツナが羨ましいかも。タイムトラベルができるなんて。
And come with me. Follow after me to the world of the past. I've gone and said it out loud. This is my true wish, my true desire.
それは無理だよ。覚えてる？いつか作りかけのタイムマシンにセツナが乗った時のこと。私じゃうまく起動しなかったのにセツナが乗った時には少しだけど起動したよね。
So that
こ
means...
のタイムマシンはセツナのためにあるんだよ。
I mean, you mean I'm the only one who can use it? Wait, that's not necessarily true. It was still unfinished back
も
then.
し私が過去に行けたとしてもそこにはもう一人の私がいるんだよね。
What?
幸せになるのはもう一人の私で私じゃないよ。私はこの世界で生まれてこの世界でセツナと出会ったの。
What am I trying to achieve by using the time machine?
私の居場所はここだけだよ。
And who's the one that'll be saved by raising our encounter?
いいの、セツナ。
No,
私のことはいいの。
But you're the one
だって私フィアンセだしセツナは私のことを好きになってくれたの。結婚の約束もしてくれたの。それで十分。幸せすぎて怖いくらい。これ以上幸せもらったら私壊れちゃうよ。だからね、セツナ。
A thought came to me just now. This might just be Rina's reincarnation? Rina, the name of the one who stuck by her beliefs to the very end. Never wavering, never giving up, even if it meant sacrificing herself.
せつなはもう一人の私に幸せを分けてきてあげて。
There's no doubt about it, you truly are the saint yourself, Rina. That's how you're able to put yourself second and give up your own happiness to someone else. That's the kind of person she was too. So damn it, that's why. The reason that why I'll fall for her time after time. Take this from me, Rina. I wrap my hands around her slender neck.
でもこれ
This is how your people get married, right?
でも私札なくしちゃったし。
It's okay, just take it. It's an old custom, but men give these to women when they're engaged. Actually much smaller than this one, though. When they get married, they exchange a new set of rings. It's not feasible right now, but we'll pick up where we left off someday.
いつか
Yeah, someday. This is the promise for when the time comes. Rina slowly reaches out a trembling hand.
約束
She lost and accepts the collar. Can you move your hair so I can get a better look at it?
こう
It looks wonderful on you.
当たり前だよ。だって私
You've been wearing a collar for your entire life. You're an easy one to understand, Rina.
せつなの未来のお嫁さんだもん。
Today I'm going on a journey to the past, to change the future, to make her dream come true. So I just have to sit here.
そうでこれを両手につけて。
Are we really going somewhere? Is the story really ending here? We're finally done? What's the end of this story? I won't see her again. Actually, I won't have seen her at all. We'll never have met, and our lives together will draw to a close. Oh, I'm getting kind of nervous.
大丈夫。
But I have to kill
深呼吸だよ
Setsuna.
深呼吸。
What? The promise we made today is everlasting. It won't disappear no matter how far apart we are.
準備はいい？
Yeah, I'm ready. Even if my body turns to dust or if my soul returns to the heavens, today of all days, the unshakable fact that binds us is as certain as ever.
ねえ、せつな。
What is it, Rina? And if by chance there comes a time at the end of eternity when our paths cross again, that's when we'll...
ありがとう。大好き。
Rina activates the watch. The device behind me, the time machine, begins to emitting a dull whir, drowning out my reply entirely. My body sinks deeper and deeper, down into the deep, to a place free from logic, reason, and worldly principles.
ねえ、もう一つ約束してくれる？
The voice is echoing.
もし、もう一度私に出会えたら、
Echoing from somewhere far away in the distant future. A sweet voice.
もう一度、好きになってあげて。
What? What are you talking about, Rina? The purpose of my journey is to make it so you and I will never have met. But if I fall in love with you again, the same events will repeat themselves. Repeat?
せつなね、寝てる間中、ずっと上ごと言い続けてたんだよ。リンネリンネって。
I was just dreaming.
夢に出てくるのって特別な人だよね。
Hey, Rina, you totally get the wrong end of the stick. Got the wrong end of the stick, alright. Haven't I gotten the wrong idea somewhere?
ねえ、せつなはどこから来たの？
Year 1999 AD. It was still warm back then, hot, in fact it was summer. Why'd you ask me something like that?
起動完了。タイマーセット。準備 OK だよ、せつな。
What time was the timer indicating?
じゃあ、最初から全部
Rina,
この日のためだったんだ。
what did you understand?
じゃあ、仕方ないね。
What did you give up on? Who did you give it to?
せつなは私のことを
Well,
好き
we're
に
going
なっ
back
て
to
くれたの。
1999, I guess.
結婚の約束もしてくれたの。
You're wrong, that was just a throwaway comment.
それで十分。幸せすぎて怖いくらい。
You're wrong, you're unfortunate. The most unfortunate person in the world. Wow.
せもらったら私壊れちゃうよ。
You're wrong,
だ
you'll...
からね、せつな。
No, you're wrong, Nina.
せつなはもう一人の私に幸せを分けてきてあげて。
You're Nina. You're the Nina for me. You taught me so much and made me realize what's important. Your smile, your dazzling smile, freed me from the chains of the past. Those small hands of yours rescued me from hell, and yet you're
さよなら、せつな。
you're sending me
いっ
back.
てらっしゃい。
That land of summer. Well, a dream. I was having a dream. One so long it felt like it lasted forever. They're pretty common, right? The kind of dream where you're having a friendly chat with your first childhood crush to whom you never once spoke in real life, or where the both of you are fighting abhorrent traditions, chasing the secrets of an unknown world, risking life and limb in the name of love. My inconceivable past. These dreams are all that's left now of memories. Even I should have forgotten, but I find them extremely comforting for some reason, and never ever want to wake from them. I know. Dreams and just that, dreams. When I open my eyes, the girl will no longer be there. The world always revolves around some... Alright, good. The world always revolves around someone, somewhere, and I have to revolve along with it. It's ridiculous to think I could press a button and blow up the planet instead of stopping my alarm clock from ringing. If I do end up destroying the world, I need to fix it, even if it means letting go of all that I have. That's what one responsible for Earth's destruction must do. That's the mission I have to accomplish. That's why I have to... the world and her too. What's this sound? It's not anything I've ever heard. I reach out. My arm is still frozen stiff. I clutch at the snow. Clutch at the snow, which covers the land in white. It flows smoothly between my fingers and brims over. That ain't snow. What kind of snow is this? Snow's much colder and much softer too. This kind of snow's not one I experienced before. Oh, I'm still dreaming. What a terrible, terrible dream. Nina. If you're here, pinch my cheek and wake me up. Tell me this is all a lie. Nina! Okay. What? The owner of the voice spins around, and standing there is the one I'm sure I'd lost that day.
せつな。
Okay, now, at this point, what are we and where? Are we back at the start of the game? Is this all a time loop? To be concluded? What?
アイランド。
Which button do I hit now? Why is it, like, gotten the start button? Why is the start button always on? I'm assuming it's telling me to press this start button? Even though... Should I hit continue or start? Just hit start.
やり直しましょう。
Now what? In the beginning there is a sound, a monotonous sound that echoes over and over. Somewhat mechanical yet tender, like the rocking of a cradle. The breath of the planet, of a body that came into being over the course of many thousands, millions of years. Back then we didn't yet know how vast and how deep the world was. I don't know if this is part of the game or if I actually had to click continue instead. I have no idea. We walked together on the beach, we ate shaved ice together, listening to the tinkling of the wind chimes. We talked about our dreams from the future, sat together on top of that little bed. We thought that the scorching summer would last forever. That's right, I heard this sound the same day. I heard the same sound today too. Wish I could be surrounded by it forever. Forever and ever. No, I can't just stay here. There's something I have to do. Something to restore this sound. Something in order to save that girl. That's why I need to stand up now. Even if my body crumbles to dust or my soul fades away. Even I need to stand up. However, I don't remember a thing. I wonder why. Where am I? What year is it? I don't even know who I am. The thing is that blue text indicates stuff we've already seen, but maybe that's just part of the game, given that my head feels fuzzy, like I've just awoken from a long dream. It feels like this one moment is all the time I have left. The cycle is about to come to a close again, yet I'm completely clueless. Somebody, anybody, please tell me who on earth I actually am.
やっと会えたね。
A clear, crisp voice, and then another sound reaches my ears.
知ってるよ。長い旅を続けてきたんだよね。
Ah, this is nostalgic. How many days has it been? How many years? How many tens of thousands of years? Anyway, I'm sure I've heard this voice before. This girl, her name
いい
was...
んだよ。無理して思い出さなくても、生きてるといろんなことがあるよね。楽しいことだけじゃない。辛いことも悲しいこともいっぱいわかるよ。私もそうだったから。だけどね、もう全部忘れていいんだよ。だってこの島は楽園だから。
Paradise. Does that mean there's nothing left for me to do? Am I being allowed to and escaped from the endless cycle in which I'm
だか
stuck?
らここで生きて、そして死んで、そうすれば辛いことも悲しいこともないから。
This doesn't sound like stuff I've heard before. I look up. When I do, I see
おかえりなさい、せつな。
that girl wearing the same smile as always. Or maybe I'm just imagining things. Is it actually going to be different, or what is...
おい、こっち来てみろよ。
I don't know if I'm actually in a loop, or because it did say to be concluded. The route isn't over yet, but I don't know if I'm going the right way. Ha! Well, Remarine, you are at the confusion moment where
うわ、なんだこれ。生きてるのかな。
I don't know what I'm supposed to do now.
棒でつついてみようぜ。
Blue text means I've already been through this.
やめようよ。中からウジ虫が出てくるかも。お前怖いのか。だってこれ島の人かな。それともまさか少なくともに。
つついてみりゃわかるさ。動かないな。やっぱ死んでんのか。
よし、蹴って上向かせてみるか。
Hey, what do you think you're doing, little brats? A clear blue sky greets me when I look up. I've already been through this. And wow, a deep blue ocean reaching as far as the eye can see. Whoa, what a beautiful world I live in. Wait, where am I? Why am I butt naked? What's with these kids? They seem scared out of their wits. What do I do? I don't know if I don't know. There's a ton of things I want to know. I mean, I don't remember anything. How should I even refer to myself? Well, whatever. First thing I really ought to ask is, are there any girls around here? Wonder why I asked them something like that. Pretty sure I saw a girl though, calling out to me ever so gently while I was lying there on the beach. I'm looking for this really cute girl, a real angel. The boys shake their heads so vigorously it almost whips up a breeze. I see, never mind then. At my dismissal, the three kids scatter like roaches. And I don't bite or anything. This is kind of depressing. No, I don't have the time to be moping around. It's scorching out here. I really mustn't let the heat get to me either. Anyway, what should I do now? Look around and take in my surroundings. The white sand of the beach simmers dazzlingly in the sunlight. Oh, you haven't watched the anime yet. Episode 1 of the anime is certainly something. I guess it's summer? Based on the kids' conversation, it feels like I'm on an island. Incredibly hot and humid, so I'm assuming it must be somewhere in the tropics? In other words, paradise. That's about as much as I can conclude from current circumstances. Man, the problem is I played this game like over a year. I started this over a year ago and I don't remember. I know I've like been through this though. The island doesn't appear to be deserted. Oops, if I wander around town with everything hanging free like this, I'll be busted for indecent exposure. Is there anything I can use to cover myself? There's a shiny object lying at my feet. It sparkles like a gem, like a piece of amber, encasing someone's memories of the past. Right, and I couldn't figure out what the bottom stuff said as well. I don't know what the bottom part says, and I'm trying to think maybe it's like hiragana, but it doesn't work. I mean, the top of it clearly says island, right? I do wonder if the bottom is something like 2 setsuna or something like that. Maybe a CD. Why is there a CD lying on the beach? Oh well, it'll do. All right, let's go. What? Head off. Held the CD held between my legs. Yeah, that's how this game starts. But the thing is, so really, are we going through? Oh, he doesn't show up. Shit. I forget. My apologies. So, the thing is, like, oh, you did miss the final parts of the Never Island, but things happened and it brought me back to like the main menu, and like the start button was like highlighted, so I thought I should hit the start. Now I don't know if I should have hit continue or start, but I don't know, man. The Never Island part ended with to be concluded, so the game is not over. But I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I should be doing this opening. Is this really the opening that you saw the first time? Because it has a lot of stuff in here. It's got a lot of stuff. Don't tell me it's an endless loop kind of thing. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Maybe it is. What was that 3D rendering of a... What's that called? An hourglass? And now I can turn this one off again. The thing... I know what the CD is now, so I have a feeling maybe the story changes now. I still don't know if I'm doing the right thing. Ha, Steins get rid. Because hourglass, because time travel, get it. I kind of want to hit next to skip to the next choice part of the game, but maybe I should just read through this again. That's Final Fantasy D. I'll just go through this faster. So you're worried about the CDs are 12 centimeters in diameter, meaning unfortunately I'm even smaller than that. Still maybe more or less average. Oh yeah. A CD single, what's that? Ah yes. 8 centimeters. A bit too small. The thing is, no idea where I'm from, don't remember my name. Don't know the age. Honestly, why things have to turn out like this? He lent me some clothes. Questions. This is what I look like, not bad. 20? What?
不審者として連行されてきたんだけどね、君は。
I don't know if I need to skip and how far ahead do we need to go.
病院紹介しようか？どこから？ M な。だから君のこれまでの話、君はおそらく近海で海難事故にでもあったんだろう。
I'm going to
まだ報告は入ってきてないけどね。
ほら、
hit
ちゃん
save
と
on
覚え
this
ておき
one.
なさいよ。
I should have saved right before the end bit of there. I mean, I could fast forward from there. I want to just hit next and see what
さて、
happens.
どんな
I don't know. Like, this is the pro. Oh. Right.
Yeah.
This is white text. Means I haven't had that yet. Things do change. Yep. How far do I go
失った
though?
記憶を補填しようとして何にせよ
Scroll.
ここじゃ手に負えないね。
Oh. Alright, I switched away literally the moment things really did. I'm powerless to resist my destiny. I think this is still like the same as before though. Wait, which girl?
きっとそれが君のためにもなる。
Remember her name. There's a newspaper. August 15th, 1999. This
も
is
しかして
today.
記憶ならそれが君が事故に遭った日なのかもしれないね。何日前なの？
Number's too low. To me, the date of the newspaper is clearly from the past, and not just from a few days or even a few months ago. The year 1999, reading that makes me feel nostalgic. I'm from the
大丈夫
future.
本土の病院はとりあえず今夜はここに泊まって。
そんなことは断じて許されん。
Wait, who is that?
クルツ町長。
This is gonna go on forever.
警察の職員の不審者は
しかしまずは
Oh, he's gonna like want me gone here.
その
This has
時
been so
はうちの
long
船
ago,
を
man.
出すまでだ。
Oh
乗
man.
船許可を取ってきて
Oh man, how much is there? I think I'm about to meet Karin.
あれかつてよ奴はもう二度いいか私たちはたとえ
I just hit. Can I hit skip and then we can just kind of just like go through there? Yeah. Okay. How much is gonna be the same? That happened.
おいあ
The
んた
thing is, I don't know
あん
when
たの
where
せいで
quick
計
save.
画がぜ
Oh, okay. Quick load. Already there is where it's
Oi,
different. I
Anta.
have to.
あんたのせいでケイこんなクソ田舎から抜けだ
またそんなくだらない大
She was
体
about to
島を出て
escape.
どうやって
なも
人は
私は子供なんかじゃねえよ
Cut the rope from my wrist and sprint away.
彼
Catch me if you
お
can.
前は警察を呼んでこい
はあなんで私が
いいから早くしろ
That's it. Go right ahead and keep arguing. By the time you're done, I'll be long gone. Yippee, I'm free! And that's where it changes? Now which way do I go? Having reached what looks like the town's main street, I come to a halt. This is apparently different now, but I don't remember at all. I scanned the area, but everything looks totally unfamiliar to me. No, I vaguely remember this street. I think it's where the police officer nabbed me this afternoon. In that case, the town center should be over to the right, and that road to the left should lead down to the shore. There are more places to hide here in town, but there's a smaller risk of me being spotted on the shore. I can hear footsteps behind me. This is no time to stop and think. I have no idea where I'm going, so I might as well follow my intuition. Wait, in theory, you should always run downwind to keep your pursuers from sniffing you out.
見つけたぞ貴様そこ動くなよ
Why do I have to... Whoops. Where's the wind coming from? Wait, what? One of them is dark. Why is one of them darker? What? What? Go right, go left. Why is one of them dark? I'm sorry.
ほら、ちゃんと覚えておきな
You-
さいよ。
have we been here before? Have we had this choice? What the left one is dark, so I feel like it's trying to push me towards the go right. Maybe it means maybe it actually means I've actually clicked on this button before. I don't remember, because in the past, screw it, I'm going right. I don't care. Hey, I'm back where I started.
愚か者がもう逃げ場はないぞ
Blue. Am I colorblind suddenly? Blocking off the path, the mayor slowly starts driving me back. Behind me lies the pitch black ocean. I can only imagine what would become of me if I were to slip into it.
残念だが 貴様の悪あがきもここまでだ。
Looks like my back's to the wall. Wait, come any closer and I'll take my own life.
私は一向に構わんが。
Huh? Wow, well that's mean.
間もなく警察も来るだろう。観念するんだな。
Surrender? Never. In other words, it's one-on-one right now. Don't tell me I'm gonna kill him. Jeez, what the hell. In that case, I should be able to manage something, though I don't want to get too rough with him. It's my mission to save the world, not destroy it.
そうだ。妙なことは考えないことだ。
Damn it, can't let everything end here. What's that sound? I swear it's just someone standing in front of a mic doing a boat? No, a jet ski? Oh shit! Huh? A solitary jet ski is darting over in our direction across the open water. For a moment, it looks like it might crash right into the seawall, but it takes a big U-turn and then just grazes the end of the jetty.
死にたくなければ私についてきて。
Whoa. A clear, crisp voice like the ringing of a bell. Now, the question is, how is this different from before? Because clearly we were in like a time loop, right? It's her. It's the like science girl, like, was it the assistant of Karen's mom? Man, it's been a while. I kick off the concrete and jump down onto the jet ski as though drawn by the girl's voice. Actually made it.
捕まって飛ばすよ。
Huh, whoa. She rezzed the engine. My entire body is jerked backwards.
ほら、ちゃんと捕まってないと危ないよ。
But where should I... No, who are you? Show me more of her face. This feels a bit ambiguous. I see, that's what she means. I wrap my arms around her waist. She's more slender and girlish than I expected of someone so reckless.
まったく。
Who
手間かけさせないでくれるかな。
who are you? I'm sorry. Who I'm sorry, who is this? What whom are you? What? I have not seen you. Her voice sounds like Chopper from One Piece. Could look that up later. Or you could probably now if you want to be spoiled or something. I don't know who she is though. She's only girl.
間に合ったからよかったもん
Whom
な。
are you?
一歩
And
間違
what
って
does this
たら
have to do with the
どうなってた
story?
か。
Please explain, game. Hopefully to explain it in a satisfying way, you know. I think she saved me. Did she?
それでどうしてあんな島に？こっちの段取りも考えてよ。
Plan? What are you talking about?
何って聞いてない？第21次人工レゾネーター計画。
The what? Resonant.
そっか。まだ記憶が定着してなかったんだ。もう暁の言うことはいっつも当てにならないんだから。
Who is that? Do I
ど
know?
うしよう。まだエリちゃんもこっちに来てないし。まずはラボと通信を。
I'm confusion. Clearly, this didn't happen in the anime, right? I don't remember. All sorts of questions are racing through my mind. The only thing I really need to know right now, though, is... What's your name?
リインカーネーション。
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They're just like... I can't believe this. That's a promo. Oh god. Alright, whatever, sure. What? Have we met before? I feel like I've heard that name somewhere. Where? How? Reincarnation. In fact, the moment I heard it, I was flooded with
詳
nostalgia.
しい話は後で。ね。教えてあげなくちゃいけないこといっぱいいっぱいあるんだから。
Reincarnation. I get the impression that Rein's trying unsuccessfully to mask her happiness. It's obviously rather a lot that needs explaining to me.
私だったんだ。
Did you say something?
こっちの話。
I am confusion. This game is all about confusion, man. When I look back, the island has disappeared below the horizon. It's just the two of us alone at sea. Yet I don't feel the slightest bit of anxiety. So where are we
決
headed?
まってる。ちょっと世界を救いに。
That day I was still unaware that my encounter with this girl would be the start of my journey. Would it only be the start of my journey? But I'll save the rest of the story for another. No, I'd rather hear it right now. What? Right now, I just want to express my gratitude for being granted this fateful meeting with Dean. Who? What? How? What? Haha, the butterfly effect. Haha, Steins Gate. Haha, no. Alright. Wait, ending?
アイランド。
Look, this is the thing that it did before, because it's got the start highlighted. What? What? No, huh? This wasn't a thing? What the fuck? What do I do now? What? Like, so what happens if I hit continue now, is what I wonder. But I probably have to hit start, because like, doing this kind of tells me I have to hit start, which is the same thing I did, but then I got like, wants me to get all endings. That's
やり直しましょう。
Are we gonna be the same thing? It's the same thing. What do I do now?
だか
Am
ら
I just gonna...
そうすれば
Oh my jeez. I'm just gonna go ahead to the next choice? Help. Help, I wanna Alt F4. Uh-oh. I think it started playing something. First of all, I couldn't see it. Probably had to Alt Tab or something. Second of all, I'd rather get there not with skipping. I really hope it didn't
ブ
save
ランコ
that.
ウィング。
Uh-oh.
アイランド。 ね
I'm just gonna
so
go
what is
ahead
this?
and
What
for
am I
the
doing?
sake of it,
Can't avoid it,
just,
huh?
Right, so if it is dark, it means that I've already done it. We do this, and then we skip ahead, and then we get the thing we just saw, then we get the ending again.
ア
Now,
イランド。
I'm just gonna play, I'm just gonna play, I'm just gonna play, I don't care anymore, whatever, man. Actually, probably just started playing the same video again. You know what? Because we did get that video just then. I thought maybe it was gonna go to a different place, but you know what? It might just be the whole opening video again, and I didn't remember.
だそうすれば、つらお帰りなさい。せ
Yeah, I think so. Let's just hit skip. Not okay. Yeah, okay. Never mind. Okay. It didn't show up for me anyway. I was like scared that it was something different. Nope. I was scared for nothing. We're just gonna... The problem is now what do I do? So I know right is wrong. So then now I hit next. I should have saved. Okay. Now what do I do then? Left. The problem is I've already been through this game. I don't know what I'm going anymore. What am I doing anymore?
諦めろ。この島に逃げ場なんてないぞ。
Part of me wants to look at the flowchart, but I kind of don't want to use the... What? Whoa, 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 whoa. What? Bro, wait a minute. Welp. What happened again? Right, so, I don't have the strength to run anymore. Essentially, like, crashed down at the beach. And, maybe I reached my limit. My mouth keep moving on its own. It's that one word which is etched into the depths of my memory. The name of the girl I was supposed to save. The name of the one I no longer can save. And I have had this option before, but it wasn't an option back then. I think it was just one button then. The Dine route. But the other Dine, I can choose this now. This is probably the real ending. There we go. This probably only happens after you've done the other part. Ine. How could I have forgotten? Ine. It's the name of the girl whose future I've stolen. The name of the girl who loved me so much that she sacrificed her world for my sake. That's right, I've come here from the future. I'm here to restore the world I've destroyed, to give back the future I took from that girl. I'm going to return to the day I met her and kill my past self. It's the reason I live and the reason I'll die. That's my destiny. But... Ine. At that moment, you hear footsteps approaching over the sand.
誰？
Who's there? Hey, Ine, why did you send me to this era?
どうして？
Why did you push me and her together
ど
again?
うして私の名前？
Why'd you send me to this girl who shares your
も
name?
しかしてあなたは？
You're telling me to repeat the mistakes I made that day. As if I don't want to go through anything like that ever again. No! What? Yeah, she's wrong. I'm not your Setsuna. Whoa, that was my first mistake. We became attached to each other because I messed up at this point. I ended up taking her life because I couldn't make this clear. That's what created the need for me to go to the future to obtain a time machine. And that's where I utterly destroyed that girl's world. However, yeah, I'm just a traveler. It's not too late. The police should be here soon. You better get out of here before you get caught up in this. If I don't get too close to her, there won't be any need to go to the future and that girl will be okay. Everybody will be okay if I just don't show up there. That's all I have to do. Then I'll never see a future like that again.
待って。だってあなたは。
No, there's one more thing I have to do. No, I don't know who you are, but will you listen to me? Look straight into the lovely face of hers as I speak. To this girl, the mirror image of that other one. I'll tell her what I told the other girl on a certain winter's day, and what I should have said on that summer's day. You may have gone through some rough times, but the future is wide open for you. One day you'll be able to love again. That's all. I've told her what I need to.
君、彼女から離れなさい。
もう逃げられんぞ。観念するんだな。
Oops. Seems like my welcoming committee is here. I raise both my hands as if I'm holding up a white flag. Should have done this right from the start without getting obsessed with killing myself or saving the world or whatever. Should have been sent to the mainland tonight and handed over to some local police station there. That's fine. It's not as if they're going to kill me anyway. Maybe I can get a real name and a decent job, then I'll start living a decidedly ordinary life. No doubt my days will be boring with my alarm clock being the only outlet for my frustrations every morning. But I don't mind. As long as this girl and the other one who will be born someday will be there, smiling in some corner of the world. That's enough to save me too. That's why I'm taking a step forward. My first step towards the future.
あなた名前は？
Don't know. It's no use trying to stop me. I've already realized that I'm not worth mentioning yet. My real self was born just now. I keep on walking in silence without ever looking back. Walking away from the girl I once loved, and yet.
皆さん、お騒がせして申し訳ありません。
She suddenly speaks up with a firm, steady voice.
この人は3000回刹
You
那。
know what?
本土から来たうち
No,
の
no,
新しい使用人です。
What are you talking about?
実はさっき階段から60段くらい転げ落ちてちょっとアホになっちゃったんです。
I'm not the Setsuna you're looking for, and you were the only one to realize it right from the start. You took advantage of my amnesia and tried to turn me into Setsuna, but this time I'm different. I told you what I had to. I refused to become Setsuna, so why?
ほら、話を合わせなさいよ。
Why are both you and Nine trying to drag me back into it? Why are you trying to make the same events repeat themselves?
いいの？あなたこのままだと捕まっちゃうわ
That
よ。
was the whole point. That's fine, I've already decided. If that allows me to protect both your future and the other girls.
そしたらもう二度と会えない。
Yet why are you
せっかくこうしてまた出会えたの。
reunited? Why are you still you, Nina? Oh yeah, I remember now. I haven't changed a bit either. I'm Son Zenkai Setsuna! Hey Nina, come to think of it, you never asked me whether or not I believe in destiny. You would have probably shaken your head without a second thought. That's the kind of girl you were. You were never in doubt, never gave up. Once you believed in something, you would see it through till the end, even if it meant sacrificing yourself. Just like this girl who threw herself into the ocean because she believed in her destiny. I'm still not sure. Does destiny really exist? And if it does, are people able to escape it? What kind of conclusion might these words of mine lead us to? I would like to know too. Starting today, I'll be joining you all here on this island again. Nice to meet you. Anyway, thanks a lot for saving me.
とりあえずどういたしましてとだけ言っておくわ。
The mayor and the others soon leave the scene, and on this familiar beach, with the familiar sound of the waves in the background, I'm left alone with the girl.
自己紹介がまだだったわね。私の名前は
Oharina, 17 years old, right? Wow, the only daughter of the Ohara family, one of Urashima's 3 families. She was lost at sea 5 years ago and miraculously found alive 2 months ago.
何？ストーカー？
Yeah, I even know what kind of panties you're wearing today. Want me to guess?
いい。
I've got polar bear print on them.
残念。外れよ。
Well, you do have a pair like that, don't you? What?
持ってないし。
How would anyone react like that? Given that just, I don't know, new secrets that you'd... Anyway, Rina.
いきなり呼び捨て？
Then, Ohara-san.
なんだか気持ち悪いから、リンネでいい。
I think so too. Can I ask you something? You said we'd be reunited. What do you mean by that? This is supposed to be our first meeting, at least in this timeline. At least, and she should know that I'm not Setsuna at this point.
もしかして覚えてない？
Wait, does she remember?
夕べあったじゃない。ここで。
Here? Last night. Now that she mentions it, I do vaguely recall something like that.
私ね、この浜
Oh
辺を
yeah,
散
like
歩し
way
て
at
た
the
の。
back of the game. I did skip over it now, but I did call for her name and saw her, and then I guess went back to sleep on the beach and woke up then again.
別に夜遊びとかじゃなくてね。日課なの。ただの暇つぶしのね。
I know that very
その
well.
時、どこかから私の名前を呼ぶ声が聞こえてきたの。リンネって声に向かって歩いていったら、あなたが倒れてた。
I see, so that's when we met. We've already met each other once in this timeline.
私、びっくりしちゃって。幻覚か何かだと思っちゃって。
That makes complete sense. You're searching for a boy who went missing 5 years ago, and then you find another guy around the same age, just lying on the beach.
それに、
And?
服着てなかったし。
Oh yeah, now she mentions
ご
it.
めんなさい。あの時助けてあげていれば、こんなことには。
It's okay, don't worry about it. I'm fine now.
優しいのね。
Only to certain people.
つ
What?
まり、悪い人ね。
I'm the bad guy? Oh man, we hear it right there. Kind of.
じゃあ、私からも質問。
Sure, the color of my underwear.
どうして、セツナのこと知ってるの？
That's right. I said I wasn't her Setsuna. I can only say that because I know who he was.
どうしてあなたが知ってるの？島の大人は誰も知らないって言ってたのに。あなたは何者なの？
It's okay to tell her. Can I tell her that we went to Boryujima together in search of her Setsuna? And would she believe any of it? And that she died because she mistakenly believed me to be him?
ね、教えて。
Nina looks me straight in the eye with a piercing gaze. I feel like she'd see through it immediately if I came up with some random cover story, and that might end up hurting this pure and innocent princess. I came here from the future. The truth escapes my lips before I can stop it.
未来？
Yes, like you'd believe that. That's right, I traveled through time to meet you. Hey, this is no laughing matter.
何そのありえない口説き文句。
Wait a minute, I'm not trying to hit on you.
おかしい。こんなに笑ったの久し
Listen, I used a real time machine
ぶり。
too.
信じるよ。
Hmm? She looks up at me after wiping the tears from the corners of her eyes.
だって私もタイ
That's
ム
what
ト
she
ラベ
said
ラーだ
that
から
first time too. It's not blue text, but I think we're getting similar stuff. I see, yeah, she's right. Lena spent 5 years asleep in a cold sleep machine. I've traveled here from a distant future using a time machine. We've both crossed through time to meet here. Almost like the couple from the legend.
いいの。すぐじゃなくても。あなたが話してくれる気になるまで待つから。だって、時間はいくらでもあるもの。でも、話さないからね。その時まで。そうそう、言い忘れてたけど、お風呂の場所は、
Lena stops and looks at me wide-eyed when she enters the living room. I'm sorry for doing this without asking. Got a little bored, so I decided to clean the place.
すごい。まだまだ
Really?
ピカピカ。
I mean, I used to do this, I think, back in the map got dirty, so I washed it and put it out to dry in the backyard. I also took out the burnable waste. Collection days until tomorrow, but I'm sure they won't mind me putting it out the night before. I also noticed some vegetables in the fridge that seem to be going limp, so how about we buy some meat tomorrow and make curry with them? Hey, what's wrong, Nina?
ねえ、あなたもしかして家事が得意だったりする？
Well, can't say how good I am, but I can do some basic cooking, cleaning, and
これ
laundry.
はなかなかの掘り出し物だったみたいね。
What am I to you, an antique?
とはいえ、腐っても御三家がただ働きさせるわけにはいかないわね。お給料いくらがいい？
100 million a day.
そうね。
Yes.
住み込みだし、1万円くらいが妥当かしらね。
10,000 yen would be about $1,000. She isn't even listening to me. I don't really need the money, I just started working out of habit.
ダメよ。頑張った分はちゃんと報われなきゃ。
Efforts.
どうしたのよ。きょとんとしちゃって。
No, it's nothing.
変な人。
Ina flashes me a carefree smile. Do I really have the right to be laughing here with her? Did I really put in enough effort? No, I'm only getting started here. This is just the beginning, the starting line. Whether or not my effort will be rewarded depends entirely on what I do from here on out. Well, I guess that's enough considering that I'm getting 3 meals a day and a place to sleep. I can't imagine a better arrangement than this.
あら、安い男ね。あなたって。
Don't be ridiculous. Nothing's worth more than living to see tomorrow.
そうかもしれないわね。
I noticed Ina's expression darken for a brief moment. It was only a slight change. Anybody else would probably have overlooked it, but I can tell. She was suddenly thrown to the future after having lost her beloved, and she's not mature enough to just be grateful for her having survived her ordeal. She's not mature enough to just be grateful for having survived her ordeal. But that's okay, she can still find happiness. She'll fall in love with someone again someday. Must be tough sometimes living in this large mansion alone with your mom. How did I know that? She never told me about her mom. But you can leave me to do all the chores from now on. I'm a man, so I'm pretty strong, you know.
へえ、この体で？
She runs her fingers off my flank. Wow, what are you doing?
あばら骨浮きまくり。骸骨みたいよ、あなた。
Well, I've been on a pretty strict diet lately.
最近私も体重増えてきちゃってて、こんなに痩せるなんて一体どんなダイエ
The
ット？
one where you don't have enough food to survive. It's a secret.
1、2、3、4。
Stop counting my ribs, what?
あなたはもう少し肉をつけた方がいいわ。それからひげと髪を整えなさい。そうすればモテるから。
Moteru. Don't really care about being popular.
お金にも異性にも興味がない。あなた、一体何が楽しくて生きてるの？
It's not as if I'm not interested in girls. I've actually spent all my life thinking about them, you know.
あら怖い。襲われないように鍵をかけて寝なきゃ。
Haha, you're really spending the rest of your nights trembling in fear. Oops, maybe I'm taking this nonsense a bit too far. Anyway, it's about time for me to go and collect Kuon's dishes.
そんなことまでしてもらわなくても大丈夫よ。
Don't worry, it's just a
あ
habit.
なたってやっぱり変な人。
Well, I've come from the future after all.
そうそう、お風呂の場所なんだけど。
That's the end of the hallway to the right, isn't it? I put away the cleaning supplies and turn to leave the living room, but just as I'm about to exit the
あ
door...
りがとう、せつな。
Hmm?
私とお母さんのこと気にかけてくれて。
Never mind that, did you just call me Setsuna? Isn't that the name of your beloved?
みんなの前でそう名乗っちゃったもの。嘘がバレたら大変。
I think they've already noticed, especially the mayor. He seemed extremely reluctant to give in.
それになんだかその名前が一番しっくりくる気がするもの。
I think so too. Maybe she retains some memories of what happened before as well. No, it couldn't be. It's probably just my wishful thinking that Dina isn't here right now. That Dina isn't here right now. This girl isn't the same Dina I spent my days with back then. That's right, not yet at least.
これからよろしくね、せつな。
Yeah, please do, Dina. Oh, here we go again. Cool. Cool. Hi, I'm Ohara. Cool. Nice to meet you, Heart. Oh, it's been a while since we last did this, so it's kind of awkward. I'm Sanzenkai Setsuna. I just moved in today. With Dina, I could talk without reserve, but can't think of what to say to Kuon. No, it hasn't been that long since I first met Dina, so I shouldn't be too frank with her either. Oop. Okay, Setsuna-san, heart. That heart symbol is really nice after all. It's kind of soothing. You can think of me as a servant of sorts. Just call for me whenever you need something. I will, heart. Or just keep passing me little notes, I guess. Alright, it should be fine for me to leave now that I've collected the dishes and got the formalities out of the way, but I'm frozen in place, trapped in front of the closed door. Everyone's words crossed my mind.
立ち止まるな、振り返るな、前だけを向いて歩き続けろ。
He kept saying he was going to kill me, but despite that, he gave me that push in the back when I needed it the most. He reminded me that there was still things left for me to do. Hey, Kuon. And this woman allowed me to live even though I took the life of her daughter. Like, way back then. And just as I'd fallen as deep as I could, she gave me a pat on the back and then she sent me to the future. All for her daughter, for Dina's sake. No, there's no point in telling her. If some simple words of gratitude or remorse had been enough, there wouldn't have been any need for me to go to the future. I didn't set out on this long journey to atone for my sins or to repay my gratitude. I won't repeat my mistakes. I mutter quietly, so my words won't reach Kuon's ears. What did you say, Setsuna-san? It'll be me bringing up your meals starting tomorrow? Thanks. Now we can spend time together every day. I bow deeply towards the door, because as one does, even though there's no holes in it, no... It wasn't me who loved Dina the most, but her. She's the one who wanted to spend her days with Dina more than anyone. Yeah, every day, forever. It's my job to protect their life together. I won't take Dina from her ever again. That's my new mission.
せつな、
Dina peeks out from the mangrove forest before trotting towards me.
やっぱりせつなだ。ここにいると思った。
Figured you'd be here too, Dina. What made you think so?
だってせつな、海が似合うもの。
Almost like Ocean Man? Do I? It's always been my dream to gaze out over the ocean on a night like this.
女の子と二人きりで。
Why do I have 4 pings on Discord? What is this? Ah. Ugh. Well, I suppose Oops, more typos. Well, I suppose I'd be lying if I denied that.
スケベ。
Her ringing laughter tells me that there's no malice behind her words. Looking at her like this, everything suddenly starts feeling real to me. That's right, my dream has come true. But if possible, I'd like to have even more people here. I wouldn't be here without the help of many, many people. I'd be so happy if we could all just laugh together one day. Of course, it's an impossible dream.
私もそう思うよ。
Dina quietly answers, then kicks the sand at her feet.
いつかたくさんの人たちと一緒に遊べたらって。
She believes that she has slip blight syndrome, and that she needs Setsuna with her to help her overcome her fear, just like the other Dina who once bathed in the morning light on Boryujima. Like Dina, who boldly stepped out of that cave.
ねえ、少し歩かない？
Your daily routine.
そう、ただの日課。
Nika. Nika daily routine. Give me kanji Ka stands for chapter. Day chapter? Anyway, shoulder to shoulder, Nina and I walk along beside the surf. We stop a few times, playing with the water or the sand.
不思議。なんだかずっと昔からこうしてたみたい。
Feels like that way to me
でも
too.
そんなはずないわよね。だってセツナは未来から来たんだもの。ねえ、未来ってどんなところ？
Not great, you'll die. Why do you ask? I thought you didn't believe me.
信じるって言ったじゃない。
But that doubtful look in your face is telling me
これ
otherwise.
が私の信じてる顔なの。
Huh. Looks like the face of a liar to me.
そんなこと。
That's the face she pulls when someone sees through her lies. I can tell I know everything about her. In the future, the world has gotten so cold that everybody has to live
聞いた
underground.
ことある。氷河期が来るんでしょ？確か今から1、2万年後くらい？
Wow, that's pretty much
そ
right.
んなに未来なのに地下にこもるくらいしかできないなんて変なの。
Don't blame me, that's just how it
テラフォ
was.
ーミングするとか宇宙に移住するとかいろいろできそうじゃない。
How about you develop the technology for that so people will be able to lead better lives in the
い
future?
やよ。だって他人に幸せを分けてあげられるほど余裕ないもの私。
I suppose everyone felt that way. Dina said that we have plenty of time, but it may not be that easy to change what the world will look like 20,000 years from now.
ああ、嫌になっちゃう。いっそ明日にでも氷河期が来ればいいのに、みんな地下で暮らすようになれば、私だってもっと。
I think you'd be happier and more cheerful that way.
何よ、あなた私のこと暗くて気難しい人間だとでも思ってるの？
You're not.
大体合ってるけど。
Well, excessive cheerfulness gets annoying too. There's something to be said for both
あ
types.
なたはどっちが好みなの？
Just said they both have their ups and downs.
優柔不断ね。
What do you like about those types?
短所しかないわ。
Hmm.
何それ？気持ち悪い。
What? Don't you think it's cute?
え？
What?
まさか可愛いつもりでやってたの？
Just forget about it.
忘れないわよ、絶対。
No, forget it right now. What? As we continue our idle chatter, we reach the far end of the beach. It's the furthest that Dean is able to go.
もっと聞かせて。あなたはどんな
Reuse
旅
the
を
CGs.
続けてきたの？
It's not that interesting of a story,
じゃ
really.
あ、生まれはこの島の人じゃないんでしょ？
I don't know. No idea. It's been so long I've
この島
forgotten.
に来る前はどこにいたの？前にもこの島に来たことがあるの？
I've been doing nothing but ask questions. I don't remember you being so curious. Oops.
お
It wasn't my slip up that silenced
だ
her.
ってあなたから何も聞いてこないんだもの。なんだか私のことばっかり知られてるみたいで。
Well, I'm a stalker after all. I know every last detail about her, but if I mention any of it by mistake, it'll make her suspicious of me. What should I talk about?
ずっと一人旅をしてきたの？寂しくない？
Maybe I was. Maybe that's why I continued my
恋人
journey.
はいないの？さっき異性に興味がないわけじゃないって言ってたけど。
Too bad, but no, not in this world at least.
そっか。じゃあ、私と同じね。
Oh, I just thought of something what we can talk about. We could discuss Setsuna, but would it save her to talk about him? If I went and fetched her the skeleton, would she be convinced? No, I'm pretty sure she already has a hunch. But then, what exactly is she searching for on this beach? What does she really want? Oh yeah, that's something I don't know yet. I don't know how she feels about anyone other than Setsuna or what she expects from them. But try making some friends, Dina.
友達？
Yeah, friends. You should be playing with girls your age, rather than hanging out with a strange guy like
で
me.
も、私、
You can't go outside during the day. Don't think about it too hard. Anyone will do. How about some delinquents who would go out and play with you at night? My dream came true today. It wasn't that great of a dream. I didn't save the world from destruction, nor did I save the life of the girl I love. I went about it in a pretty roundabout way, but it came true. So tomorrow I'll start working towards my next dream. I'll take it slow, step by step, in order to never make the same mistakes again. The scorching hot sun is burning my skin. The shrill cries of the cicadas are grating my ears. Normally these things would annoy me to no end, but today they seem kind of nice. A sense of nostalgia washes over me every single time I hear them. Flip to the next page of my calendar. August 16th, 1999. It's summer, midsummer. Alright, looks like it's finished. I take the laundry out from the washing machine, or out of the machine, and put it into the laundry basket.
あら、こんなところで何してるの？
Dina comes in, rubbing the sleep out of her eyes. Well, you're up early. I'm doing laundry, as you can see.
洗濯？そんなことまで頼んだ覚えは。
Don't worry, I sorted it by color and I put the bras in the laundry net.
ブラ。
You haven't had breakfast yet, have you? I'll heat something up for you, so just wait in the living room.
でも私。
Oh, I have to put this out to dry first. If you're bored, you can read the newspaper. I left it on the table.
うん。ごちそうさま。美味しかったわ。
You're too kind, Your Highness. Would you care for some coffee?
結構よ。
The princess averts her gaze. So, why have you been acting so awkward this morning?
ギクシャクなんてしてないわよ。
See, totally awkward.
ただちょっと家に家族以外の人がいるのが落ち着かなくて。
Didn't you have servants before?
けどずっと女の人だったし。
I see. Nina's that awkward age now. She was so friendly when we talked last night on the beach, but that it was inside Nina's realm. Outside of it, she's just a normal girl. Maybe I shouldn't act so overly familiar with her. Well, seems like she's relaxed enough to let out a big yawn in my company at least. Oh, were you about to go to bed? I knew it.
何よ。いいじゃない。夏休み中なんだし。
Summer vacation, huh? Didn't mean to tell you off or anything. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding.
いいの。もう起きることにしたし。なんだか目が覚めちゃったし、食べてすぐ寝ると太っちゃうし。
That doesn't matter.
それに、あなたがそんなに頑張ってるの見ちゃったら、自分だけだらけていられないじゃない。
Maybe she's even more of a normal girl than I thought. She just doesn't have many opportunities to interact with others.
ねえ、コーヒーをくれる？と
The
びきり濃い
strongest
の。
one. She's supposed to be sleeping. As you wish, Princess Dina.
姫は余計。
Dina Hime. Pardon my rudeness, Dina-sama.
サマも余計。
Okay, Dina.
いいから早くコーヒー持ってきなさい、下僕。
What? Geboku? What does that mean? A manservant. It actually means below me, as kanji. Boku is kind of a male term for I, me, myself. So actually no, it also means servant or manservant. Whoa, boku can be used as servant as well. Wow. And then below is obviously a lower rank. Okay, Japanese words are Japanese hierarchy stuff, man. Since when am I a slave? After finishing her breakfast, Nina diligently pores over the newspaper. Can't help but notice that she read the television guide first. It never hurts to have an interest in what's happening in the world, but I guess that's fine too. By the way, the strongest coffee I can brew was not a success. She ended up yelling at me in anger, asking if I had any idea how to hold back. Yet she still knocked back the cup of pitch black coffee, albeit with tears in the corners of her eyes. It must have taken her a lot of courage, considering her sweet tooth. If I remember correctly, the cups go here and the plates go here. After doing the dishes, I return the tableware to the cupboard. Oops, I should put Dina's favorite plate in front so she can easily reach it whenever she wants. Alright, perfect. I glance over the neatly arranged dishes and confirm that everything is in order. With my morning duties done, I'll be able to enjoy some free time. I can finally set my plan in motion. Now, which route shall I play first?
どっちかしら。
When I return to the living room, still lost in thought, I find Nina sitting at the table, tilting her head to the side. What's wrong? What's wrong,
せつな
Nina?
ねえ、どの馬が来ると
Horse
思う
racing. Well, time for the Uma Musume break here. Sponsored by Uma Musume Pretty Derby. She shows me a page of the newspaper. Thought you were reading the news, but you're looking at the horse racing.
私はこの飛竜ボーイか中津ロマンってのが来ると思うんだけど。
Strongly advise against betting on horses. You can't win unless you're either an expert or from the future.
だからあなたに聞いてるんじゃない。的中させたら未来人だって信じてあげるわ。
Oh, that's what she's trying to do. If you use time machines for profit, you'll get arrested by Time Patrol.
へえ、そうなんだ、知らなかった。
She doesn't believe anything I say. Not that I believe it myself, but
初めてだし、とりあえず
what?
無難に
No,
単勝で
there's
飛
no
竜
way you
ボーイ
can
かしら。
gamble at the age you are.
やっぱり
Isn't
ここ
gambling
は
kind of not
一層
allowed
生
in
まれた
Japan
ん
in
で
the first place? Oh well, then I say that, but there's gacha games and probably horse betting as well, and pachinko, and you just want to try it, don't you? Well, can't hurt to have an interest in what's happening in the world.
というわけでせつな、ちょっと本土に行って馬券買ってきて。
Isn't that a bit of a tall order for a first errand?
いい大人が何言ってるのよ。はい、これで買えるだけお願い。
Professor Fukuzawa Yukichi? Right, so, given my, small knowledge, I swear that's probably someone on a bill. This must be a Fukuzawa Yukichi, money, I don't know. Ah, the 10,000 yen bill. Alright, exactly what I thought. 10,000 yen is about 1,000? No. $100? Yeah, $93 actually. It's about 100. Only 100. Doesn't your family have enough money already? There's no need for you to resort to betting.
あら、お金があるからこそよ。腐らせてるくらいなら運用しなきゃ。
She's got a point there. I was more saying, like, how much would it cost to go back to the mainland? Is that gonna make it for 100? And then also, in that case, you're better off buying some stock and investing in the economy. I heard Apple's good for that. I think Tesla is actually doing good. BitConnect. What is it? The Time Patrol? Just kidding. I know it's the doorbell. At least we have a guest. I'll go and answer the door.
あ、ありがとう。
No need to thank me. Just leave all the odd jobs to me. I slip into my old habit of ruffling her hair through her hat. But she doesn't get angry. Instead, she just giggles and smiles at me with her eyes. Yes, coming. Whoever it is, they're pretty impatient. Oh, isn't it at this point where, Sara is here? Who's the... Yeah, yeah. This is the same as in the beginning of the game, right? Something physically keeps me from finishing my sentence. A slender arm slips through the gap in the door. I feel like the same thing has happened to me before. I know that voice. Whack. Something hits me in the head and suddenly I'm seeing stars. What just happened? Oh, stop that, you little... That girl's battering me with a bamboo broom. Wait, a broom? Oh yeah, I didn't get the chance to return the knife to Karen yesterday. Wait. Karen, knife... Oh, right, because that was that during... probably skipped over that part before... I don't know. Please die. Yeah, okay. She tripped over the hem of her skirt and brought her on her own downfall. Bruh. Girl's lying on the ground flat on her butt. She tearfully glares up at me. Are you okay, Sara? How do you know my name? I'm not supposed to know her name. The girl blinks in confusion.
私の名前を。
Just knew it'd be her. I forget I love the faces, man. A few minutes later, we're settled around the coffee table in the living room. Sada is sitting next to me. She's still teary-eyed and shaking like a leaf.
で、せつな、こちらの方は？
Well, by the way, I'm about to say that, but there's like, how am I supposed to know this? Like this, Garando Sada, 16-year-old sole heir of the Garando family, another of the island's 3 families, and successor to Urashima Shrine.
知ってる。
Oh,
どうしてこんなことになってるのかって聞いて。
fuck do I know?
もうお嫁に行けません。
What?
何したの？せつな。
Just pointed out the birthmark on her chest. I never thought she'd overreact like that. Lol. After receiving that pummeling with her broom, I'd say we're even now, right?
リンネさん。
Sada turns to look at Dina with a glint of determination in her eyes.
リンネさんも未来から来られたのですか？
Hey, what are you talking about?
この人をかくまう理由はそれ以外に考えられません。
Yeah, she does believe I'm from the
あの
future.
ね、サラちゃん。何を吹き込まれたのか知らないけど、こいつの言ってることは全部デタラメよ。
Detarame? Is that another word? Yep. Detarame. Exit codfish. Codfish? What is that? Codfish? Nonsense. Cod swallop. Exit codfish eye. What the hell? Why is that word turn into... Why does combining leave, codfish, and eye turn into a word for nonsense?
しかし、一概には否定できない節も。
She puts her hand over her chest, but she seems unable to explain her reasoning to Dina. There, it doesn't matter whether or not I'm really from the future, does it?
どうでもよくありません。そうね。それでサラちゃん、ご用件は？私はこの島の未来のためにこの人を殺そう。
She's just here to say hi. She'd like to be friends with you.
はい。
Nina and Sada both blink at me in confusion, seemingly at a loss for words. I mean, she must be bored spending her day alone at the shrine, and since you're both daughters of the 3 families, you might get along pretty well, don't you think?
そんな急に言われても。
But you've met before, haven't you?
でも最後に会ったのは何年も前だし。
Last week. Well, I suppose it'd be difficult to become friends right away. Oh, really? It was really that long? I thought they were gonna joke where it was like, I only saw her last week. Alright, let's have a dinner party tonight so you can get to know each other.
勝手に話を進めないでいただけますか？
Oops, she's right. Should have asked her first. Well, if I want to win her over, on the menu tonight is corn curry with plenty of corn. Oh shit.
ぜひご一緒させてください。
That was easy. I forgot. You heard her. How about you, Dina? Do you feel like I'm being a bit too pushy, but I'm fairly sure Dina isn't averse to the idea. Last night she expressed her wish of being able to hang out with others, and I heard it loud and clear.
甘口じゃないと怒るからね。
Oh, do you mean...
いいわよ。食事会。
Now we just need Karin
あ
as
なたの
well?
歓迎会もまだだったしね。
What
それで
was
は今
that?
夜7時頃、
Transition
改
effect.
めてお伺いさせていただきます。
Sada leaves after giving us a deep bow. Alright, I'll go grocery shopping then. Looks like it might rain later today.
こんなに晴れてるのに？
She peeks out from the window up at the sky. A few thick and fluffy clouds, strands of cloud are beginning to weave together. The sunnier it is, the higher the chance of evening showers. It's always like that in summer.
そうなんだ。知らなかった。
I'd expected Nina to know better than me since she's been living on this island her whole life. I suppose she hasn't had many opportunities to look up at the sky during the daytime.
気をつけて行ってきてね。せつな。
Yeah, thanks.
迷子になっても探しに行ってあげたりなんかしないんだから。
She trying to put on a tsundere act or something now? Don't think she has it quite right. Don't worry, I'll be right back. I walk along the single road towards the port town at a hurried pace. At times, passers-by shoot me strange looks, but... Hello, I'm Sanzenkai Setsuna, the Ohara family's super servant. But I'll just ward them off with my secret technique. Friendly greeting. That figure looks familiar. Hey Seta, thanks a lot. Your help means a great deal to me. Seta flinches and freezes in her tracks. Don't be so wary of me. I'm just on my way to do some shopping in town and I happen to catch up to you.
さてどうでしょう。
She still seems deeply suspicious of me.
ご安心ください。あなたに逆らうような真似はしません。どんな弱みを握られているかわかりませんから。
You're talking as if I'm threatening you or something.
違うとでも？
I meant to go and see you in any case, but then you suddenly came and attacked me. You didn't even give me time to explain.
ではどうぞ今ここで。
Truth is, I'm from the future.
そんな神妙な顔して告白されなくても知っていますし、疑ってもいません。
Oh yeah, that's how she's always been, and that's the exact reason why she went and attacked me.
逆らわないとは言いましたが、私には島を守る宿命があります。今後のあなたの言動違反によっては。
Violate the laws of cause and effect.
え？
When information from the future is brought into the past, cause and effect are reversed, leading to the collapse of the principle of causality. This will not just cause great changes in the future, but it may also lead to the end of the world itself.
自覚があるのであれば、ひとまずは良しとしましょう。
Tada seems to be dropping her guard a little.
ですが、あなたが今ここに存在しているだけでも、
Well, that's the whole
未来に
point.
影響を与えていることは理解しておられますか？
Yeah, of course. This timeline's already started bending off toward an unknown future due to the piece of information I brought into this world as soon as I got here. The information that I'm not Setsuna.
つまり、すでに本来の歴史とは微妙に異なる世界線に乗ってしまっている可能性があります。
Tiny change in the past can have massive consequences for the future. It's known as the butterfly effect. Huh. That ending with like reincarnation. So it is inevitable that the laws of cause and effect will eventually collapse. No, it's not necessarily. What if that intended course was wrong in the first place? This is what I've been sensing the whole time. Lina died because she kept clinging to the misconception that I was Setsuna. Wasn't that a mistake caused by some clueless guy from the future who intervened in history? That's right, my past self was a big idiot. And besides, I've heard that history has the power to correct itself, so I doubt it'll be the end of the world, even if I mess up big time. If I kill the person in this era, for example, the world should be fine for at least another 20,000 years.
その根拠は？
I'm speaking from experience. So that's a small gasp.
まさか、あなたはすでに一度この島に？
Yes, Sara, I understand the weight of your obligation and I don't intend to destroy the world. But I do intend to change the future, no matter what anyone tells me.
その結果、誰も想像がつかないような未来が来るとしても、ですか？
No matter what kind of future comes, it can't be any worse than the one I saw. Sara remains silent for a moment, seemingly lost in
わ
thought.
かりました。信じましょう。
She answers after letting out a small sigh.
ただし、3000回せつなさん。
Just call me Setsuna.
ではせつなさん。
Sara reaches up and suddenly plucks a hair out of my head. How was that for?
念のため、これを預からせておいていただきます。もしも私たちに
She's gonna
危害を
curse me
加え
with
る
that?
つもりなら、お覚悟ください。
I don't even have to ask what she might need the hair for, I can sort of imagine it.
それではせつなさん、また後ほど。
Yep, I'll stew that curry nice and slow.
期待しています。
She's still being overly polite, but I suppose this isn't too bad for my first day. Hope she'll get along with Lina just as well. Oh wait, I forgot to ask you something.
私にお答えできることでしたら、
Do you prefer to simmer your corn in the curry or do you put it on as a topping afterwards?
はい。
Sara blinks a couple of times.
もちろんどちらも美味ですが、強いて言えば煮込むのがベストかと。
She answers with a dead serious expression. Alright. And I guess the next part will be finding Karen. But I think I'll end it here for today. Jesus, how long is this gonna go on for? What's the point of this part of the story? We need a conclusion to this story. We don't yet know if the future will be different. at this point. I guess that's what we're going for. Ah, Jesus. That's another hour and 40 minutes. This game just keeps on going. It just never ends, man. Whoa. I'm gonna save here. How much happened in just like so little time? Man, you know what? I'm kind of fond of these kinds of like interactive stories. You know, because it's like a book but better. It does mean I do a lot of reading, which is good, right? We do have visuals and sound, but there's also lots of reading. This is essentially just a storybook with graphics, but yeah. That's the end of this stream. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next episode or stream. Can't wait for Danganronpa. I can't wait either. And you know what? There's a new visual novel coming out by Frontwing and Aniplex in like what, on the 19th or something? Was it announced today? And I'm definitely purchasing that, which means that I've got this to finish, then Danganronpa at least one to finish, and then the next one from Frontwing, Atri, I think was the name. Where was it? I did post it somewhere in Discord. I think I posted stuff in other games channel in Shadowways Discord server. Yeah, June 19th. Anyway. I'm gonna up and make your brain grow 2 sizes. I would love to, like, cause I think I'll probably, if it's got like some mystery and what was it, like, don't spoil me on anything. You know what? Screw it. I don't need to know anything. I'll get there when I get there. 2 and 3 are better, but let's see. Jesus, man. Well, I'll get there eventually, hopefully. Jeez. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video or stream or whatever. Bye bye.